What is going on, everybody? Jay here, and I am here today to talk to you about something I have never done before. I've never done one of these videos, and I am excited to do it for you. It is a trip report of my adventures game hunting with my best friend Corey all over Southwest Michigan this past Saturday. Let's take a look. Alright, so things started off innocently enough. We left Saturday morning and we headed to Best Buy, which is like literally right across the street from my house. It's less than a 3-minute drive there. And we got there looking for Lego for Corey. Corey's a Lego collector, and I was on the hunt for games. But when we got there, no real Lego to speak of. But there was a retro copy of Aladdin and Lion King on the Switch. You know, the one that's in the Super Nintendo box that just looks incredible? It was ticketed at $18, and I was not about to pass that up. So I grabbed it, ran up to the register as fast as this body will allow me, which is roughly a mosey. And I put it down on the register, and I said, I would like to purchase this. And she said, that'll be $53. And I said, no, I don't think so. It was supposed to be 18 bucks. So we went back and looked at where it was listed. And yeah, Corey realized that before I did, that it was actually $18 for FIFA 21, and someone had just put it there. And that broke my heart a little bit. So I had to pass. And that sucked, because I really want to get that. But at the same time, I'm not going to spend $51 on 2 Genesis games. They're not the originals. It's just not worth it. So that was a wash, unfortunately. But the next thing we did is we headed down south to a little town called Three Rivers, Michigan, and went to one of my favorite stores in the area, and it's called Lowry's Books. Lowry's is probably the most incredible used bookstore I've ever been to, and the reason we went there, as I mentioned, is Corey is a Lego collector, and they have a massive selection of Lego there. It's, well, as massive as you can get for an independent retailer. And there was just a wall of stuff for Corey to look at and drool over, as you guys are seeing here in this B-roll. But anyway, Corey found a hidden side set that was really awesome, as well as some other tchotchkes around the store. And we looked at books, and it was a grand old time. But the main reason I wanted to go to Three Rivers was for a store across the street from Lowry's, and that is for CZ's video games. Now, CZ's is really interesting, and Three Rivers itself is pretty interesting. Three Rivers is kind of a time capsule to the 1950s. Like, there's an actual, like, theater marquee and everything like that that's still used and still lit up, you know, when we're not being killed by an airborne pathogen. But, you know, they actually show movies there. But across the street from Lowry's is CZ's, like I said, and it's in an old storefront. And we're talking, like, early 1900s storefront, not old, like, 1980s, like, legit old. And inside CZ's is all kinds of neat stuff. So they've got a Vectrex system for sale, which is pretty awesome. They have a Robbie the Robot from Lost in Space, which is great. And they have a basement full of stuff where you can just go and take a look at. And Corey and I first went down there before we looked at the walls of video games. And kind of neat, we found a red and green crate, like something you would store your Christmas ornaments in. And inside were all kinds of GameCube games. Four Swords Adventures, Resident Evil 5, some Mario Kart Double Dash, but just the disc, no case. An NES Mini, like all this stuff that was in there, it was just kind of like this treasure trove of stuff. But as I was looking at it, I realized it's like, you know, I'm on the hunt for specific stuff. I can't justify buying these games and spending that money, so I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna go upstairs and look for some specific things. So we got upstairs, and I actually ended up going through some of the stuff that they have at CZ's. First thing I picked up is a game I worked on, and that is Fight Night Round 3. I worked on this with the EA Chicago team back when I was at EA. And I was the senior QA lead on it, and this is one of my favorite games that I worked on. It's probably my favorite sports title that I worked on because it plays so well, because it doesn't play like a sports game, you know, it plays like a fighting game, and that's a nice change of pace. The next thing I picked up was Knight's Journey of Dreams on the Wii. Now, I played the original Knights on the Saturn, and technologically speaking, the game's kind of a marvel, but it didn't really click for me. But I wanted to try the Wii one for a while, and I got it complete in box for $6. You can't really go wrong with that. But I think the coup d'etat and the big grab from CZ's was Def Jam Vendetta for the PS2. Now, this isn't Def Jam Fight for New York. This isn't the unbelievably difficult one to track down. This is the one that's, you know, you have to sell your child and mortgage your house to get. This one was only $16. But it's still a Def Jam game, and it's still a fantastic one. And I actually remember when I worked at EA, we used to do Def Jam Vendetta tournaments when we were actually working on Fight Night. So that was a lot of fun. So we found some really good stuff at CZ's. Some other stuff as well that I can't tell you about because that's for a video on Thursday and I really don't want to spoil it, so forgive me there. But as a hint, there will be probably 64 reasons for you to enjoy what's going to happen on Thursday. Hint, hint. That's right, I got an Atari Jaguar. Alright, so after CZ's, we went right down the street to the Tap House for lunch, and the Tap House is delicious. I've been there before, And as things are starting to regulate a little bit, I'm getting a little more comfortable with going out to dinner and actually eating food out, especially when things are moved far enough apart where I don't have to worry about people sitting right on top of us while we're eating. And we got burgers. We got burgers, and we got a gigantic pretzel with beer cheese to dip the pretzel into, which was fantastic. And the burger I got was called the Morning After Burger, and it was fantastic. It had grilled onions and bacon and cheddar cheese and a fried egg and a garlic avocado jalapeno ranch on it, and it was just absolutely wonderful. And Corey, being the adventurous person that he is, decided to get something that is a regional Michigan dish called the Olive Burger. And Corey, what in 5 words or less, how would you describe the Olive Burger?
Michigan don't know.
Yeah, not good. But after we ate, we headed back up the road and we went up to Kalamazoo, which is about 25 miles north of Three Rivers. I took him to a little hole-in-the-wall shop called Treasure Quest. Now, Treasure Quest is my kind of game store. It is cramped and packed and just full of treasures, floor to ceiling, and it's wonderful. And the people that work there are marvelous and just super polite and just excited that people like games, and it's a nice thing to experience. CZ's is like that too, but CZ's is big, and there's always wheeling and dealing going on in there, and people, like, oh, I'm trading this, I'm buying this. Sell that, we're going to look it up on price charting. Treasure Quest is a lot more chill. But Treasure Quest had a bunch of stuff, and we were looking at things, and the PS2 section is kind of what caught my eye today, and I got a lot of PS2 games today. The first one I got was one called Star Trek Shattered Universe, which is a flight sim game, I guess. It's kind of not really a flight sim. It's more like, it's kind of like a Star Fox game, really. It's a space combat game, which... yeah, I mean, it certainly does exist. It's not great. The combat's kind of weak. They didn't license the Star Trek theme song, so you've got George Takei talking about space, the final frontier. And the music is like the most generic example of space opera that you could ever get. Just kind of disappointing. But I did find a particular treasure, which is something that I've been on the lookout for a while. And this is actually something Corey and I saw at almost the exact same time, but in our 30-year plus friendship, we have a history of dibs mattering, and I dibsed Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle, which is magnificent. I played it for a bit last night. I had played it before when I was significantly younger, back when it was new, 20 years ago, and it just plays beautifully. It looks great, it plays great, it sounds great. There's a ton of characters to unlock. Like, I dare say this is probably better than Ultimate Muscle on the GameCube, but, your mileage may vary. But for me, I really enjoyed this game. All right, so after we went to Treasure Quest, we headed to our local comic shop and game store called Fanfare. Now, Fanfare does have some video games. I didn't really find anything there to pick up this time, but we did see all kinds of awesome stuff. Like, Fanfare is known for their board games and their comics and graphic novels and toys and all kinds of neat stuff. And I did find some stuff there. I got some miniatures for D&D. I got some HeroClix that are unpainted that I can paint and play with there. I bought I don't know if you can see them, but I bought a Tuukka Rask pop for my Bruins shelf up there, so the Bruins army continues to grow. And we looked at a bunch of board games, and as a huge board game fan, it was nice to experience and just, be around them and have fun with them. And then after that, we headed to the grocery store. Yeah, and there is actually a video game tie-in here. We went to the grocery store. I needed to get food for my son's guinea pigs. And my wife said, hey, we're going to meet our friends Chris and Pam there. I'm picking something up from them. And trust me, you're going to want it. So my birthday is on Thursday. I kind of figured this was a birthday present. And Corey had actually kind of spoiled what I thought the present was earlier in the day. Spoilers.
Did I?
Or did he? Bum, bum, bum. But he did not, actually. And I will tell that story for Thursday's video for my birthday. But one of the things, if you guys remember on my Holy Grail video, was I wanted a complete in-box copy of a particular game for the NES, and I had to make sure that it had specific accoutrement with it for me to be satisfied. And I'm not going to lie, my wife Meredith crushed it. Got a complete in-box copy of Star Tropics. And when I say complete in-box, I mean like complete in-box. Like, so far as, I don't know if you guys can see, yeah, the styrofoam brick is still at the bottom of the box. And this is probably, I'm not going to lie to you, because I don't ever plan on selling this. This is probably going to go up on the wall. The Nintendo Now You Are Playing With Power poster that used to ship with NES games. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But, you guys know what the real deal is with with Star Tropics, right? It's not the poster, it's not the cart, as nice as it is with the Nintendo marked dust sleeve, or the Nintendo Power subscribe card, which is really awesome, or even this awesome manual, which has, of course, just fantastic art in the back of it. We all know that's great. But the real star of the show is, of course, the letter. Yeah, letter's still attached to the back of the manual. So this is, it's not mint. I mean, there's some writing on the letter, so you don't have to keep dipping it in water to ruin it, which I actually, in retrospect, appreciate. But it's awesome. I really had a lot of fun going out. It was nice to experience some kind of normalcy, which hasn't really happened for over a year now. I think we all understand that, what with everything that's been going on. But it was nice to get out of the house and spend time with my best friend and go game hunting, which I really haven't been able to do for a long time. Most of the games I've been getting lately have been online, and there will be a significantly larger pickups video down the road. I know I haven't done one since August, and there's a lot of games to cover. I'll probably go system by system for that one just because it'll be easier to manage. But buying them online isn't the same as the thrill of the chase. And being able to get out and actually pick up some games and spend some time with my best friend and my wife absolutely crushing it and getting me a complete in-box copy of Star Tropics unexpectedly, as well as some other stuff that you'll find out about on Thursday. Yeah, it's been a good weekend. So yeah, a little bit different than what I'm used to, and this was originally going to be a video about 1 month in with the Xbox Series X, how much I'm enjoying it, which will still happen. I mean, spoilers if you guys are still watching later on in the month. I like it. It's a really good system, but I'll go more in depth. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite thing is that I picked up. If it's not Star Tropics Complete in Box, you're probably wrong, but let me know anyway. What thing you think is probably the coolest thing that I picked up. And like I said, there will be some more stuff featured on Thursday that I picked up as well, but I don't want to completely ruin that video. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, if you are one of the 70% of people who watch my videos that are not subscribed, you should really do so, because this was kind of fun, and I think once things start clearing up and people start getting more vaccines, I'm going to be doing more game hunting videos, because this was pretty cool. And I really like shooting the B-roll and getting the footage of the drive and everything like that, and it was pretty neat. And with Corey living in Chicago, there's all kinds of stores over there that I get to explore soon too. Until next time, guys, I've been Jay. I appreciate you being here. Remember to stay safe, play more games, and stay square. I'll talk to you soon.